only thing that was bad about it was the fact that his feet didn't articulate. So
That's it, yeah.
his boots are one whole fucking shoe, and so you can't do shit with it. And I'm working on, like, I've been doing a custom Kylo Ren forever now, it feels like. And when I found out about the boots, I was like, fuck, dude, I guess I shouldn't go that way. But I did get the whole cape. I'm just missing his fucking tunic, which is like fucking $80, dude, just for the fucking tunic.
Yeah.
The tunic I have looks fucking stupid, so that's why I want to add that in.
Let's see. Let's see what else is on sale. That Rey from The Last Jedi, that is on sale too. I think I'm gonna just have the Rey from of The Force Awakens, and then I'm gonna get the Rey from
You mean the head sculpt or the whole fucking thing?
The whole thing.
I like the Rise of the Skywalker Rey, dude. I like her outfit.
Oh, yeah. That's why I want to wait for it, because and I have a feeling that Hot Toys is just gonna nail her too. Like, nice.
Hey, hold on. I'll be back. I gotta go get my phone charger so that way I know what the fuck we're talking about. You dig?
Yeah. Got it. One of these fucking plugs will work.
Yeah, that clock goes off right on the hour now, man.
Are you humming that Willy Wonka song?
No.
No.
Should I be?
No, I just thought that's what we were doing.
Oh,
I was going to talk about Valiverse, dude. A little bit. I'm going to add it. Yeah, it's in here.
Bro, then I got to put a picture for the slide.
No. You don't have to. You don't have to. That's too much to put up for pictures. It's just a Kickstarter anyways, so.
Last minute. See, this is why I scheduled it till 10 and you waited till we fucking started. So, are you ready to start?
Yes.
It's 10:01. We're already behind schedule.
Do we have anyone tuning in?
Probably just Zach.
Zachy, babe.
Zachy. Okay, anyways. Oh, shake off the nerves. Let's do this. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smalltalk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. As always, my lovable co-host, Dylan. I was like, what the fuck? That was like the longest pause in podcast history. And you didn't.
Hey, Damien. Glad to be back.
Why are you like this? Okay. Don't need this shit right now, man. What's up, guys? So, as everybody knows, this is our 10th episode, which is an achievement for us, which means we are now all game. So for our 10th episode, we are doing a giveaway, a shirt giveaway, not just any shirt, but a all exclusive Manny design. Here it is. Smalltalk. Do.
Come on, do it. The people want to hear you do it.
I can't do it, dude. It's just not in my head right now. You do it. Let's hear you do it.
No, that's me. You hear it before every show. You guys just.
That's not even. Don't play this game. Do. Smalltalk. Yeah, that was a terrible attempt. But it's not me that even sings it. My buddy Taylor sings it. So only he can do it perfectly. New stuff. What you got, dog?
Hey. Really, actually, pretty slow week. I didn't get a whole lot. I got this, the kind of re-release of the Shock Trooper Black Series.
Oh, nice.
One thing I asked, someone helped me out with this, but it doesn't have the number there for the release anywhere. Oh, right there. And so I don't know if that's a normal thing, like if it was on the original like that, or if it's just on this because it was a re-release. I don't know.
Yeah, magnifying glass just to see that, man. I can't see shit. Maybe I just need new glasses. I obviously wear glasses for no fucking reason because I know the number, dude. The number. I see the figure. I know, but like, whatever. Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But anyways, yeah, pretty excited about it. I think the other one actually was kind of pretty tough to find. I'm a big fan of Shock Troopers. I really like Troopers, but I haven't army built like Dean does. I just like different types of them. And kind of the stories behind them. Like my favorite is definitely the Death Trooper. I really like the Sith Troopers look, but don't know anything about them. And I really like Shock Troopers a lot because I like kind of how they're the
kind of
special forces.
Oh, I thought you meant like because they're the bulky kind of heavy style trooper next to the army one, the heavy one. But yeah, what else you got?
And I also I pre-ordered the Storm Collectibles Bane with my local comic book shop here. Pretty jacked about that one. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that Storm Collectibles Bane, but I'm pretty jacked got that coming. So that won't, I think they said right now in their system with Diamond, it wasn't going to be here till like March.
Wait, Diamond Select Bane? What are you talking about?
Like the Diamond, the distributor.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's Storm Collectibles that made those, man.
No, but they're a distributor. They distribute.
Yeah, I got you. I just need to stop interrupting you because obviously I'm fucking wrong.
And then my last one is I actually only got one new Mezco, and it was the Shadowland Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Version.
I had to think about that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's the black and red version of Daredevil where he's like almost all black with like red accents.
Oh, okay.
And he actually goes for quite a bit over retail, and I got him for a decent price, but yeah, really excited about that. I don't own the only Mezco that I want that I don't have yet is the classic red one, and it's tough to find. I like getting Mezcos new because I've gotten an old, or I got a used. I went cheap because the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, which is the classic like yellow suited Wolverine,
yeah,
he goes for a shit ton. I don't know why Mezco made that one an MDX, like a Mezco Direct exclusive. People complain about it all the time, and so he goes for like 300 now. And so yeah, I wasn't gonna pay that, so I went cheap and bought him used, and I regret it. He like smells like smoke. He's got like seams that look like they're coming apart, and really bummed out about it. I want to sell him, but yet at the same time, I'd feel guilty about selling him at the price I got him at. So I'm just really salty about it. So like from now on, I really like to make sure I get Mezco's new and at least get somewhat of a deal off him. So I'm still looking for a red one.
Bro, just put Wolverine out in like the nature life and the cigarette smoke will go away.
Nature life? What do you mean?
Just put them outside, dog.
Just let them chill out there?
Yeah, just let them chill, air them out for a minute, and then it'll go away. Because I bought the Diamond Select Darth Maul that I used to create my Nihilus. He smelled like hardcore cigarette smoke. Like I left that lady a terrible negative review on fucking eBay because of that shit. And so like I left him outside for I think it was like a day or some shit, and brought him back in, and he was good. He good to go, man.
Wow, that's ballsy. How I just wouldn't feel good about leaving him out.
Oh my god,
all day.
it's a toy, dog.
I know, but it's also like already
I
fall
mean,
here, which means it's
well,
20
yeah,
degrees.
I meant like obviously in good weather. Don't put them out in like heavy rain or snow. Obviously, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I just have to get that red Daredevil, and I actually am trying to work out a trade. So I don't know if you know this, Damien. I have posted this in our kind of collecting weekly chat a little bit. I hate selling stuff, as a lot of those guys know.
Yeah, we
I
talked about it.
really, I really dislike it. Um, but I'm trying to clean up my collection a little bit. And I'm trying to sell the Empire Strikes Back Hot Toys Darth Vader.
Oh, you're still trying to sell that guy?
Yeah, and I got them dirt cheap right now, and no one's even biting. Like I'm about to, like, just I don't know, take it for now, and or just put it on for eBay and see just take what I
I was
can
gonna
get.
say, why have you not put that on eBay? That would sell eBay and Mercari, dude. Like it
Yeah,
would sell on Mercari too. Because I sold when I had my Qui-Gon Jinn back when they first released him and he looked like shit. I sold him on Mercari for like $70 and he fucking flew
mm,
like real quick. Well, obviously it was $70, but you have more to offer than what I had. I didn't even have a
right.
fucking box. So
Yeah, and then I got the Sideshow Deluxe Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, trying to get rid of that. Honestly, the only reason I was holding on to that was the displays.
hmm.
And so I really don't have any other reason I would want that. And then I'm thinking, I haven't fully decided yet, but getting rid of the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett Hot Toys.
Okay.
I have the deluxe Empire Strikes Back version. I really, 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 really like that one. So I'm thinking about trying to get rid of the Return of the Jedi one, and I'm actually in talks with this guy who has the Mezco Daredevil, and we're trying to work out a trade. It hasn't been easy. We've been
Wait,
struggling.
a trade for the Boba Fett trade with the Daredevil?
I'm trying to
Oh, okay.
trade the Daredevil in cash for one of my hot toys, and we're struggling, but I mean we'll see if we can get something out. But yeah, as of right now, those are the only things I got new. What about you?
I got absolutely fucking nothing. Well, the only thing, well, I got Matt from Poison Harley Customs. He sent me some spawn pieces, so I'm gonna be working on a spawn custom here shortly. Once I can get a fucking Fison body for him, which then I gotta paint the motherfucker, but that's all
You're
future
you're
stuff.
getting. Are you making it for him or is it for yourself?
Nah, dog, I make it for myself. He
Oh,
uh he printed it and I bought a whole set off of him. So he sent me like the head sculpt and the little skulls that go on the collar and the belt buckle, and I think that's honestly all he sent me for Spawn. So I got to get. He sent me a body, but I plan on using that body for like either my Star Killer or my Darth Bane that I plan on doing. So one of the two. But he sent me a body and a head sculpt, and I'm kind of indecisive right now, but I really am excited to work on Spawn. He's one of my favorite characters, so I'm very stoked to work on him. But yeah, he sent me that guy, and that's all I've gotten so far. I haven't really picked up any new figures lately. I've kind of just been working, piecing the customs I already have made, kind of just adding things here and there to them, but that's about it.
yeah. Oh, so how are you gonna paint that Fison body? I know Zach's talked
Mm.
about troubles with that in the past.
That's what I'm saying, like future reference wise. Like I have no idea, to be honest. One of the guys, he goes by Stitch Fed. I don't know if you know who Stitch Fed is, but he does a bunch of customs, and me and him have been pretty cool here lately, and he's been showing me some pretty cool shit. So he's painted Fison bodies for the Talon customs he does. So he's been kind of giving me the runaround on how to do it. But I don't have a Fison to really practice on. So once I get a Fison to practice on, then I'll be able to kind of understand exactly what he's explaining to me. Then, me having to imagine, doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I've got some leads on how to do it, but I can't do it because I don't have a Fison just yet. Because those fucking bodies are like $80. Like, fuck. But yeah, that's what I got new, man.
Nice. I did forget I pre-ordered. I made an oopsie, and I think it was kind of a impulse thing / something I've been waiting to do for a while.
Yeah.
But I jumped on the wait list for the Darth Maul.
Oh, really? Was it the DX16 or DX17?
Yeah, the big one.
The big one.
It's I can't remember which one's which.
Wait, you mean the one from Solo or the Phantom Menace?
It's one of the 16 or 17. I just don't know which one.
I believe the 16 is the one from Phantom Menace, and the 17 is the one from Solo. The one with the robotic legs.
Are you sure? There's two Mauls that are DXs from the Phantom Menace. One comes with the speeder and one doesn't.
Yeah. Dog, come on, man. I know that.
Well, I think those two are 16 and 17. But anyways, I got the one.
We get what you're saying.
I got the one with the speeder. And I just jumped on the wait list with the the exclusive one. I really didn't care that much because I'll actually do the pre-order of the non-sideshow exclusive.
So the 17 DX17 is the one with the speeder.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you score the Darth Maul without the speeder, you can actually get on Toy Anxiety. They have a speeder on there for under $100.
Really?
Yeah, I've been looking at it. You remember when I was telling you about, or I showed you all the Maul pieces I was going to score to kind of just piece them together? Well, that's when I ran into that speeder, and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm thinking about scoring that speeder, but I didn't end up doing it. But it's been on there. I've been getting on Toy Anxiety. Like, I pretty much live on there. So, yeah, there's a speeder on there for sure.
Did I ever tell you about when I went and visited Toy Anxiety in Phoenix?
We have not had this discussion.
It is crazy. Like, it literally, like, the name of the place actually makes sense with what it's called, Toy Anxiety. Because you go in there and it's so small, and there's so much stuff in there that it like gives you anxiety. I'm not even kidding. It's the craziest place I've ever been. You walk in and they just have a pallet of shipper boxes of Hot Toys like stacked.
That's like, insane. Right when you walk in.
Yeah,
that would nuts. Blow my mind. Like, I would want to organize the shit out of that place.
Yeah, and it's just they just have too much to where there really is no organization. But yeah, it was cool. It's a cool store. I would definitely say it was an experience.
Badass. But yeah, that so that bike, I lied. That bike on a Toy Anxiety, it's $124.99. So I guess that's pretty similar, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just have the box I can store it in. And to tell you the truth, the speeder isn't even that big of a deal. I just want to have like the ultimate Maul in my collection and not have to worry about it again. So it's kind of why I want to do it. I don't want to. I'd rather sell this one and just get the regular one after the fact than try and trade up. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. That's how I am right now. Since I sold my Diamond Select Maul, my quarter scale, I don't have a Maul now. So I was just like, fuck, dude, now I gotta get a Maul. So I was actually gonna get the DX16. I was on the verge of getting it, but then I was like, dude, I already have the solo Darth Maul. And overall, dude, that one just looks a lot nicer to me for the money because so his whole chest is painted like straight, like tattooed and everything. And then he's got the robotic legs, so it has that Rebels look that I love. So it would, I mean, it would go perfect with my Rebels already, collection that I have going. So it would look nice.
Yeah.
But no, I was on the, like, I really am still on the verge of getting the DX16. I don't really care for the speeder, to be honest. It's just something I got to make room for. But I was going to get
Mm-hmm.
that just because I don't have a Darth Maul figure and he's my favorite character. So, but I've just kind of grown some patience randomly and just like, fuck it, dude. I'll just wait till next year when that other one releases. I think it's next
Let's
year or
talk you into
2021.
getting the let's talk you into getting the quarter scale Hot Toys Darth Vader.
Bro, I'm
How's that sound?
so close, dude. So close to scoring that. But that price point, $500 for a figure, like it's not bad, but it's $500. Could you
I
like
know.
if I bought that and it was sitting on my shelf and I just look at it and be like, bro, my heart is broken because like I just dropped $500 on this quarter scale toy. Like
Yes,
$500
but
could go to like
that is the ultimate of the ultimates
I know, dude. I've like
of
every time I
Vaders. Like,
look at it, dude. Every time I look at it, I'm just like pose, dude. Poses I could put that thing in that would just look phenomenal. And then like doing photo shoots with that thing, dude. Oh my god, like it would just throw me to the next level like immediately. Okay, that's an assumption, but I'm just saying like that would be badass to be able to pose. Like I've always wanted to do like that badass pose where like he's holding the helmet and he's got like his bald ass fucked up head showing and
mhm.
like having like yeah, I've got so many ideas for it already, but just making
I
that $500
think
commitment.
it's a need for you, Damien. I think that you're selective enough with your Hot Toys. You don't buy just like pretty much everything you're like on the fence about. Like I feel like you're very selective about it, and when you're actually really seriously thinking about getting one, I think you need it. I think you want it, and I think you'll regret it if you don't get it.
Oh my god, dude, the lady would murder me if I fucking spent 500-600 bucks on a toy. But let it be known that I am on the verge of scoring it, like on the real. Once I think I'm trying to catch up on like my camera gear and then finish these
Mhm.
customs that I finally have, and then well, not all of them obviously, but the ones that matter, then yeah, I'll look into fucking scoring that like off the bat, dude. Like hands down, I've been wanting that hardcore. So yeah,
All right.
but that's always been my thing is like how I've always been trying to understand like how collectors are like open to buying like the same figures, like multiple versions of the exact same characters. That makes sense. Like for instance, like I know each character and like so say for like Darth Vader, episode 4 5, like all his armor is different. So I guess I somewhatly understand that, but to an extent, not really. Same thing with like Captain America, Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
and all these other like I don't understand. I can't kind of grasp the idea of buying the same character just because they have different armor in like these different movies, I
Yeah,
don't
it's a completionist mindset for sure. It's people who are such a fan of one character that they want to have every version of them out there, and their collection to kind of be based around them. And that was my plan with Darth Vader. Honestly, Darth Vader's always been one of my favorite characters, and he's iconic enough to where I feel like you can have multiple versions of him. It's just an excuse to kind of also like pose him in different ways, do different things with him. Like I have the at one point I had the new Hot Toys A New Hope, Hot Toys Rogue One, the Hot Toys double pack with Tarkin, and the Hot Toys Empire Strikes Back, and the Sideshow Deluxe
Jesus.
versions. And I'm trying, so now I've thinned it out. I'm trying to sell. I sold the A New Hope one. I'm trying to sell the Empire Strikes Back and Sideshow one. So after that, I would only have the Rogue One version, and then the one from
The,
um the double pack was with
yeah, with
Tarkin.
Tarkin.
Yep, those would be the only two I'd really want. My biggest worry about getting the quarter scale is I think that they're going to do a DX someday with Darth Vader. I really believe that. I think they're going to do like a Return of the Jedi DX version, and essentially all it's going to be is like a version of the quarter scaled one scaled down, which wouldn't be a terrible thing. I just think that they're going to do that, and that's my only hesitation with the quarter scale Vader.
See, and like my Vader, my Rebel Vader that I have now, my custom one, like he's a lot taller than fucking 12 inches, dude. Like, he's a fucking monster. So like, when I stand him next to like my quarter scales or the quarter scales that I have, like they're not. It just doesn't seem really reasonable to buy the quarter scale Vader because he's not like he's probably got like maybe 4 inches on top of my Vader now. So like the only thing with my Vader is like if I could find a head sculpt and then do the whole custom like Rebels helmet with it, then yeah, dude, I would scrap the whole quarter scale Vader idea and just stick with my Rebels Vader. Like that's generally what I want to do. But doing or coming or creating that idea with the head sculpt and all that, it's just a pain in the butt. So, but I mean, obviously it would be cheaper than $500. But why create when you can just spend make my life fucking easier.
Yeah.
But like when you talk about selling, like dude, when you talk about selling, all it makes me think of just these people that are complaining about prices in general, of like these figures. Like, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like because I know that there's every year people go through this. It seems like whether it's on Sideshow Freaks or on Facebook or during Spooktacular, everyone's like, "Oh, it's not as much as last year," or "It's getting worse," or "It's not as good," blah blah blah. And it's like, man, if you ever complain about money, shut up about these rewards because they're just giving you free money. Like you don't see Target out there like just giving you money for not spending. Like Target will never just like send you a
Coupon.
$25 gift card to use
Yeah.
anytime, with anything in Target. Like they'll do that if you buy stuff. They'll do things like that, but nothing plain like this. And it's like money is money, man. Just take it. Like if you're gonna be shopping with Sideshow and you complain about prices, just take the money and shut up. Like I'm getting screwed this year really bad because at my place of work, we can't have our phones even in the same room where we work. We deal with like
Wow.
yeah, we deal with super sensitive information and it's like a compliance thing. So like I have to go like on a different floor to get my phone. And so I miss them all throughout the day. I miss 3 or 4 codes a day and I'm still at like $20-$30 just from like the time either weekends or after work. So like that's more than what shipping costs for Sideshow for me, which is usually like $18 to $20. And
Mm-hmm.
like there's a difference between complaining about price because of value and a difference of complaining about price because what you think it is. Like you lose how much credibility do you lose when you see, oh cool, wish it was a different price, oh cool, wish it was a different price. Like that doesn't mean anything. That's where your opinions go out the window. You have no credibility with that. Like just because you think everything should be a few dollars cheaper so you singularly can afford that, the fuck out of here, man.
My thing is like, it's like going to an art museum, and like looking at this painting or the sculpture and they seeing the price of like, $300. You're like, oh, that shouldn't be $300 because, this has a defect or this looks a different way. It should be, 150. It's like, no, dude, like these figures, like they're art pieces, dude. Like they're hand painted, they're sculpted. Like I'd understand if all this was like, done by a machine to where like no person's hand ever had to touch it, but that's not the case. And so these have a lot of labor behind them. So for them to sell them anywhere less than like, for instance, Hot Toys or Sideshow, for them to sell them under what their price is already at, it's like you're generally just being sorry, but you're being a piece of shit, to be honest. Like you're telling these people to basically sell their art under what they feel like it's worth. It's to me, it's
Yeah.
just not right.
And the like you can argue all day too, like what they call Sideshow tax. I know Zach comments on it a lot. Where it's the markup that Sideshow has. It usually ranges, I want to say, from like $40 to $70 from what Hong Kong releases them at. But at this point, like you can only get so entitled with this because it's out of Hong Kong. And how many times have Hot Toys really came out and said like her products are pretty much based on how they're going to sell in Hong Kong, because that's majority of their sales. Like they don't have to sell in the US if they don't want to in the first place.
Yeah.
Like it's their product. They can do what they want with it. They could just sell it in Hong Kong. We would have to go third party everywhere else, or everywhere for them anyways if it wasn't for sale. I'd rather just have that for sure sale, know what I'm getting, and have the stability that Sideshow has, and I'll pay that. But like it, not every, I know Greg talks about like having a contact and everything. Does he have a contact? I don't know. I never hear him talk about it. But I'm just kidding, Greg. Just kidding. Love you, Greg. But like if you got that, it's great. But it's just, I don't know. I just don't think that you can't complain about Spooktacular because it's not as good as it once was. It's not worth your time, or the deals don't excite you, or something like that. I just think that's extremely entitled. Like,
Even
I don't know.
Even then, it's like people are complaining about Hot Toys prices right now, and it's like, dude, like if you compare this shit to how it was, like I don't know, 10 years ago, like the figures back then, like say for instance, like the Darth Maul from Sith Lords, like that thing looked like shit. Now I understand the price that they sold it at, then, but if you look at the DX 16, 17, and so forth, like it's on a whole different level. Like they're adding a lot more quality to the paint, to the sculpt, to the clothing, everything. So for these people to expect these companies to sell them at the same price but give you a higher quality, it's like, bro, that's nah, dog. Like I'd expect that if you're going to Walmart, then yeah, but no, like these people are really giving you your money's worth out of these figures. And even then, like, if you get something in the mail that, a helmet's scuffed up or something, like they send you another one, free of
Mm-hmm.
charge. Like I'd understand if they, you had to pay for it again, then yeah, I'd understand the anger behind that. But no, dude, like they're actually, I mean, they're hooking you up. Like they have your back, really. I don't know about, the
Yeah.
whole Sideshow customer service thing, but you're what you're paying for, you're getting a lot out of it. It's not like you're getting a base ass body for $300. Like that would be some
Yeah.
shit, or some like styrofoam.
And it just comes
So
down to controllables. Like I have this saying that one of my favorite like bosses I've ever had in my career always said to me, and that's control the controllables. And it's like if something's out of reach, there's so many different ways to get money. I don't want to like get political or get personal with this, but there's so many different ways of getting money, man. Like there was a time where I wanted to afford Hot Toys around the time when The Force Awakens came out. I wanted Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma so badly. And this was when I was starting to kind of get back into Hot Toys. I took a break in between like when that came out in 2015 and 2012-ish. I kind of took about 2-year break from it. And I wanted to get back in, and I was just going to get those two for Star Wars. That's how it starts all the time. And I couldn't afford it at the time with kind of what I was going with. And I worked a lot. Like I put in like 80, 90-hour work weeks. Like I didn't get a second job, but I would have if I wasn't able to get those hours at my job currently.
yeah,
I had planned on getting a second job over the weekend or hours otherwise, just so I could afford them. And like now, just something that doesn't like cost me anything, or doesn't do anything terrible to me, is I donate plasma. Like I get almost like 100 or about $200 a month just from doing that.
damn, bro, I need to go live with you so I can do that shit.
Yeah, there's so many different things that you can
Dude,
do. I work with some guy who does those medical tests. I mean, you can argue if that's like, if you want to
sketchy.
risk, yeah, if it's sketchy or not. But like he
Yeah,
makes a lot of money off that. He talks about all the time how that'll pay his mortgage sometimes and things like
yeah.
that.
So
So
in reality, what your point being is, if you can't afford it, you find some way to afford it.
if you
To
want it bad
where,
enough, you'll
yeah,
control it enough. You'll control this situation and go and get it rather than sit back on your ass from a couch
or a computer
scrolling through or a computer scrolling through and
bitching because you can't afford a $250 figure. Yeah.
Exactly.
And complain about it the entire time.
Exactly.
So, no, I feel that. But how about we get into this, man? So first off, got some Mezco minute. So Mezco today actually announced a Crow figure, and it's supposed to be coming in tomorrow. We're getting a kind of a what's that called? A picture, I guess. Fuck, I can't get my words right. But yeah, Mezco released this today, an update, or they're working on a Crow figure, which is very cool. I'm positive it's an Eric Draven figure, obviously because of the quote, and so this little crow thing that they gave off was an actual video, and it showed the crow light up and form the crow like it did in the Crow movie with Eric Draven. So that obviously gave me the idea that it's Eric Draven. The only reason I'm clarifying that is because there was Quinn actually was asking if it was an Eric Draven figure, and so I figured I'd clarify that for everyone else. But I think that's pretty exciting, dude.
Yeah, I would assume the only bad thing is it's a LDD. It says there, so that's a Living Dead doll. So that's like one of their doll things that they do, kind of, and I think they usually have some sort of effect, which is cool. But it's cool that they got the license for that. I wonder what other licenses that Mezco's holding on, kind of rat holing for everyone. But yeah, I'd really like them to come out with I think if I know that they've been getting a lot of chatter for making the 112 collective version of it, which is like what I collect and stuff. I know that I think they'll make that someday too.
That would be dope. Like, especially with the amount of accessories that they throw in with their stuff, I'd be very, very excited to see what they add to that. But no, that was actually very cool to run into. So I'm excited for tomorrow to see what they show off with that. Next up, we have the Nun. This lady is now available for pre-order, which I think it's fucking ugly as shit. But but I mean, this Nun is ugly as shit in general, but this thing makes her look even uglier, and I guess scarier, I guess, would be the word to go with. But it's I don't know, I've just never been a big fan of the big old head idea.
Yeah, these are what they call the Mezco Designer Series or MDS series.
The dolls.
Yeah, really close to their doll series, and yeah, it looks like she's got a swappable face, which is terrifying. Oh my
God. I actually want to see a picture with that face swap on her. I think that would be a lot more.
There are some out there, I think.
Oh, I'll have to look at it because I want to see that. Like, if it looks a lot better than this stupid sculpt that they have on her right now, I probably would score this just to mess with some people around the house or other people outside. I think that would be a great idea. But no, I like the face sculpt, the extra face sculpt that comes with it. I don't like the one that they used on the figure, but overall, the whole anatomy of it just kind of throws it off for me. But she is available for pre-order right now. I believe she comes out next year, Q4. So spring, I believe. Is it Q4? I know somewhere around spring. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Next up, we have the Harley Quinn PX. What are your thoughts on this lady?
I think she looks great. People are saying this will go well with the Crown Prince of Crime Joker. But yeah, this is the Playing for Keeps edition PX version of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, she comes with a lot, like the deluxe. So that's the deluxe what you're showing there.
Okay.
And that pretty much just comes with an extra head sculpt is what the difference looks like. They come with different guns, different colored hammers, and the deluxe comes with one extra head sculpt. That seems like that's the only difference, but they both come with that rocket launcher, Joker doll, ton of different hands. They both come with a hammer. So yeah, that's the deluxe edition. I have that on pre-order, and that's the one based off the animated series. And then I
do. Go ahead.
Oh, I think she looks good. It's just not something I am super passionate about, I guess.
So I like the deluxe edition a lot better than the PX one, simply because I love the head sculpt without the kind of jokester mask and headwear. I do like that a lot more. But I mean, even then, she kind of resembles like that little Annabelle doll, man. To be honest, but I do like it a lot better than the PX one. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, what's really strange about that PX one, I know it's I think that actually is based off of something, but the Joker smile below her belt line, just awkward. But anyways,
Yeah, her smile in general on that head sculpt just looks very off. Like it's I assume it's supposed to give us some sort of like intimidating vibe, but it just looks funky. Like I don't like it. But now next up we got some Moff Madness. Let's jump into that. Mara from the Aquaman movie. Um, she's really nice looking. She comes out next year in July, and she's gonna be $72. They haven't announced a pre-order for her, but this looks dope, dude. Like really dope.
yeah, this I know people are really loving those effects. I will be honest, I didn't do my research to find out how those effects can be shown in the picture to where it looks
The
like she's
needles.
moving those red, yeah, those red needles in there. How she's gonna be doing that, if they attach to like a stand somehow or to wires, how they'll if they can actually do that, or if you'll have to make something that can do that. Either way, I think this looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I love the colors, the color renditions on her. I like that they gave you two head sculpts, and both head sculpts have a different, hairstyle to them. One's flowing and one's not. Um, I'm not too sure whether I like it with the chrome or without the crown, or with the crown or without the crown. But either way, the fact that they gave you two different ones, I wonder if the crown. I mean, would you think the crown would be removable to, swap on the other one?
I don't think so. I think it's just
Okay.
one. I think it's just those two head sculpts.
That was just an idea to throw out. But overall, I think she looks great, especially for $72. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with we talked about the Aquaman before, haven't we? What's his
Yeah.
name? I don't remember his name. But yeah, I thought we did. But yeah, that would be pretty cool to add on with her.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got some Funko Freaks, dude. Freaking John Wick and the dog, yo. Oh
Yo,
my
yo.
goodness, the dog. Like the fact that they added the dog with this Funko is phenomenal, dude. That's like the icing on the cake. The strawberry to my sundae. Strawberry, the cherry to my sundae. There you go.
Yeah, people were saying that this is almost identical to the first John Wick Funko, just without the dog.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think
very.
I think they said it's a change of suit, color of the suit too. But other than that, it's almost identical.
Yeah, I had to like really look at it. I was like, wait, didn't they already release this? Because Funko had said, oh, look, this is coming soon. I'm like, bro, you already
Mm.
released a John Wick. And then I was like, oh my God, there's a dog next to it. But the dog looks like a bulldog. So, a lot of people are actually wanting the John Wick pit bull, an actual Funko of him. Whether they do it or not, maybe they will, since they do a lot of random Funko figures anyways. But, who's to know? But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they added them with them. But I don't know the price. Funko just announced it. No info about it right now. So at least you know that it's being made or whatever.
Have you seen all the John Wicks?
I haven't, dude. I haven't seen the third one yet, and
Mm.
I'm hating myself because I heard the third one was amazing. Like the second one, I mean I liked, but
It
something
is.
about the second one kind of it just didn't have the same vibe. It didn't draw me in the way the first one did. Like I can watch the first one 100 times and it still be like I watched it for the first time. The second one, like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know. I didn't really like Ruby Rose as a character in it. It seemed like she tried too hard as her character, but I don't know, something about it. And I didn't like Common being in it either. He seemed like a douche. I didn't like his character. But I really want to see the third one simply because I've heard Halle Berry's pretty badass in it. And the movie was overall really badass. So been wanting to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Same with, you know, a bunch of the other movies that I haven't seen. So I'm slacking in the movie area.
It's very good. The third one, I was pretty impressed by it.
Badass. Yeah, and they're supposed to be doing a kind of a prequel kind of origin kind of thing with John Wick, kind of explaining how it all came to be. Which I don't know about you, but I don't really give a shit. Like, just give me John Wick. Like, I don't really care to go that far back into history of why, you know, the company, how it became. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of what's cool about it, is that it starts at the end of his career where he's already legendary. Like, the fact that we don't see what made him legendary, or like we haven't seen what made him do what he has done and why he's so well known, is kind of cool about it. You know, like the mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it at that. It's kind of my opinion with Star Wars and Darth Maul. I'm sorry, I know I'm breaking your heart, but leave him in episode 1, and for God's sakes, I like Rebels, and I like the Clone Wars TV shows, but some of Darth Maul's story arcs on that, I was jaded, I'll admit, just wasn't a fan, because I just wanted him to be in episode 1 and leave it at that. I like the way Obi-Wan killed him. I like that fight. I just think that made him legendary, just being a part of that, and I think they've taken that and ran too much.
I think he just has so much more to offer, dude. Like, you know, especially with like
I know. I understand
books and stuff. That's what I love about, you know, Darth Maul. It's just there's so much more that he has to offer. And so I feel like that's why they're showing so much of him.
I know, I understand. That's probably what they're doing with Boba Fett too, but
I don't give a shit for Boba Fett. Like, I've never cared for Boba Fett or Jango. I've never been a bounty hunter fan, to be honest. I'll be honest. Like, I've just never been a fan. They just seem really stupid to me. They've never really blown my brains away. But next we got some Marvel makes. So Marvel Select and Marvel Legends, they're both releasing a Thanos, and both of these Thanos are releasing in December, which is pretty cool. I will say the Marvel Select definitely has my eye because it's got more of the in-game kind of, you know, Infinity War look to them. I've never honestly been a fan of the block kind of old school look. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of it because it just doesn't look, to me, it just doesn't look realistic. Obviously, it's from a comic book, but it's my same opinion with, you know, the Dark Side, the Mezco one that, you know, you mentioned last episode. Like, just their body forms is just way too over the top, too bulky, too box looking. So it's just, I've never been a fan of it. So the more kind of realistic look is what I'm going for, which is why I was so in love with the Injustice Dark Side, because he actually looked like a fucking human and had a goddamn box. He didn't look like a fucking one of those Roblox characters, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Manny was excited about that Marvel Select Endgame Thanos, and I think he was thinking about that. At my comic book store, they have the Marvel Select comic book version of Thanos, and he looks way better than that Legends one. That paint on that Legends comic book Thanos looks cool, but yeah, like it just seems like weird, weird joints, and it just doesn't look that boxy, like you said. I don't think, not my cup of tea either, but I know that Dean said Marvel Select are a little bigger than the Legends, I think. If I'm right, but Manny was saying like he thinks that would still scale well with some of his Legends, like him being a little bigger like that. The only thing that is a little weird that I thought didn't make any sense is the goal he comes with Infinity Gauntlet. He never wears that Infinity Gauntlet in that armor besides in Infinity War at the way beginning, and that's it.
So rustle your jimmies a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, just give him the red gauntlet there. I don't know. I know, like, I'm sure this was all planned out way ahead of time, and they have to work with what essentially Marvel gives them for promo pieces and stuff like that. and they keep things so under wraps, and they know toys usually break a lot of it, so I'm sure that's a big reason for all of it. I just don't like it. Like, if you're buying a movie version and want to go for movie accuracy and all that, why do that? But anyways.
Really salty over that, my man. Next up is the Mark III Armor Spidey. This guy's pretty cool. Now, I will say I wasn't a big fan of it in the video game. So I guess, that gives me the same mindset that I'm not very big on it. Right, like looking at it, I'm not very excited about it. To me, it just I don't know, just something about it just doesn't look very appealing. Like when I see Spider-Man, like I think of a fucking teenager in a cloth suit. Like that's what made Spider-Man cool, was he didn't need the armor, he didn't need all this extra crap to make him cool. He was just a kid that had gotten bit by a spider and has spider fucking powers, man. Like that's what made him cool to me.
Yeah.
To see him in armor just kind of throws it off for me.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, I feel that. Amazon's got some new Fantastic Four. Damn, I messed that up.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four pre-orders going up. I'm not too sure. I believe they're only on Amazon, but I have seen a couple people post them available somewhere else. I don't know where, but these guys are up for pre-order. There's the entire team along with a Doom that is available for pre-order. We mentioned the Doom last episode, which, when you see a Doom, they tend to, mess them up in every possible way. So to see him in a figure and he actually looked pretty decent is actually a very positive note. So I will say, but the one thing I will say is I've always hated the way the Thing looked, dude. He just looks so fucking stupid to me.
Yeah, but, the Build-A-Figure is a Super Skrull, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is the Doctor Doom. Like, he just looks cool to me, dude. I've always liked Doctor Doom, but I've always hated their portrayal of him. Like, it's how do you mess him up? Like, he's such an easy character to just build, like he's all metal and he wears a fucking like Robin Hood cape and hood. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Vulture is now available on Amazon, which he's pretty cool, man. Like, I was actually kind of excited to see that they released a Vulture. Obviously, they've released Vultures in the past, but for them to kind of give him, this pretty dope little head sculpt is very cool. Very cool. Like, he sets apart, man. Next up, we're in some NECA news. So, I don't know, man. Like, I love the Conjuring series a whole lot. Like, I mentioned that in episodes in the past, but I can never get behind this fucking dude. Like, when I watched The Conjuring 2, when I saw him, I hated him. The Crooked Man makes no sense to me. I don't understand why he's a figure. I don't it's stupid. And then the fact that, NECA made his hat removable to where you can actually see his face. Like, in the movie, you never saw his face, like, ever. So I don't even understand how that came to be.
Jeez,
dude, like, I don't understand. I just don't like him, man. Like, even in the movie, he looked fucking stupid. Like,
I don't remember the movie enough, honestly. I got to rewatch it. Yeah, it didn't translate to toy well, but I always give cred to companies for doing off characters in toy version that you don't really see anywhere else, like the Mezco Black Bolt and Lockjaw, things like that. I like those things. I think it's collector justice in a sense.
Well, no, I'm on board with that as well. Just my personal opinion. Like, I just hate the Crooked Man in general. Yeah. Like, it's nothing against NECA. I mean, the only thing I'm kind of confused about with NECA is the fact that they gave him a removable hat. Because like I said, in the movie, you never see him remove his hat. And I haven't seen the new Annabelle movie, so I don't. I mean, I know he's not in that because the Crooked Man was based off of the haunting back in England, which is way before the new Annabelle movie. So I I don't see why he would even play part in the new one. But yeah, like you never see his face, and yeah, just I don't know the whole Crooked Man and The Conjuring 2 was just really stupid. So it was I didn't like it. Just I didn't
Yeah.
like it. Next up is the Ultimate Pennywise, dude. This thing's pretty sick, dude. This guy is being released. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned the Crooked Man is hitting stores in December. I forgot to mention that because I was too busy killing him with my opinion. But but the Ultimate Pennywise is released in spring next year. NECA did an amazing job with this, dude. Like this thing looks dope with 3 different head sculpts. Was it 5 different hand changes or variation? And
Yeah.
it comes with a balloon. Like
Yeah.
this
I
thing,
like this. I think all 3 heads look really, or the 3 interchangeable heads look really good. I think they're all like specific obviously to scenes, but it's pretty cool. It's amazing that it was able to produce this many different toys because of that many different faces that he did throughout it. You know what I mean?
yeah, like it's insane, dude. Like they're actually
Have you
really
seen
take. I
Have you
haven't seen
seen
the
the new
second
one?
one. No, I haven't seen the second one. I'm telling
The
you, like I'm behind on movies right now,
Yeah,
man.
Yar.
Yar.
The one that where he's got short hair there that makes him look younger. That is actually kind of a pretty unsettling scene to watch when you see that head. So that's interesting. That's cool. They put that in figure form.
Yeah, I need to watch it because I've heard great things about it, and I guess that would obviously pick me up with the different head sculpts here. But overall, dude, like even without seeing the movie, this figure is it's amazing. Like I love the detail in it, and I love the different head sculpts, and I love that each head sculpt is different. An actual different face, like a different facial reaction. So it's or expression, I should say, and it's very cool that they went that far. Like I give Nick a hands, a hand clap for that one. That one's nice.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how much he's gonna be, um, but he is releasing in spring, so you guys can look forward to that. That's a gem there, I will say. Next up, so NECA is finally shipping the Tiny Toon Terrors. If you guys know what that is, the Toonie Terrors. It's Pinhead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Michael Myers. We've talked about this back during what was it? NY New York Comic Con.
I think so.
Yeah, and they're pretty cool. I'm not very big on the animated look. They're not very big either. I believe they're 6 inches. Um, I'm just personally, I wouldn't pick them up because I just don't have any horror figures anyways. I don't really see a personal point in myself getting any of this, but to people who are into it, it's very cool. It would be very cool to add to your collection because the animated actually looks really cool. They do not articulate very much. If they do, it's just arms up and down, maybe twist their torso to the left and right, but that's about it. NECA's also finally shipping out the Atomic Godzilla, and
Re-released, right?
yes,
Yep.
they're finally shipping that dude out, and he personally looks funky as hell. I've never been a big fan of this Godzilla.
I think it's from a 90s Godzilla, I
No,
think.
he is. No, this is before 90s,
Was
if
it?
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, maybe it is 90s. Yeah, never mind, it is 90s. He's got like I'm indifferent about the 90s Godzilla because I've never been a big fan of the really fat, chubby legs. They just look wonky to me. But it's the atomic breath Godzilla, so he does, have the atomic breath look. It's very cool.
You're right.
Our
1962 version, sorry.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's why, that's why. But yeah, he's very cool. He's got articulation in his neck, his arms, and his legs. He's got an overall pretty. I mean, he looks cool. It looks like I don't know if that's a paint on him that gives off the blue vibrance, but overall it looks pretty cool. Would I get it? Personally, not. Simply because I don't really like this Godzilla look. I'm a bigger fan of, I like the 90s, just not the thick, fat leg look, even though the 2012 and present one has the massive fucking legs. But I'm a big fan of Godzilla 2000 because he looked cool, even though he looked like a fucking gecko running around. But, to his own. But yeah, they are shipping that dude out. They are also shipping out Trick or Treat Sam. He's very cool, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Dylan.
It is good. You've seen that movie, right?
Yes, I've seen Trick or Treat.
Yeah, that's a really, I think, underrated movie.
It is, dude. Like, I think it's underrated mainly because it, like, when you watch it, it's a very like, you don't know what the fuck's going on, to be honest. Like, it's random as shit. Yeah, these three fucking kids dressed up as, what is it, a witch, a pumpkin, and Frankenstein, or whatever they are. And you just see them, and then you have Sam come out of nowhere in random scenes, just kind of being awkward. Like,
Yeah,
he's just that kid that just doesn't say anything, but slays people on like the corner and shit.
yeah.
But honestly, like, this Sam is dope, dude. Like, I enjoy the sculpt that they gave him. The head sculpt is very nice. I love the cloth, little mask that he wears in the movie. I love that they added that. Like, obviously they would add that, but the way they did it looks really nice. And all of his clothes and his accessories are cloth, so it's a very nice touch. I give Nick an applaud for that one. Like, it looks really nice.
Yeah, I zoomed in on the face and it looked really good.
It looks really nice, dude. They did a really good job with that head sculpt, man. But yeah, Toonie Terrors, Atomic Godzilla, and Trick or Treat Sam are shipping now. No idea when they're going to arrive, but it's all up to them. Kickstarter. Valaverse has a. There it is. There it is.
I'll finish it.
Pretty on point, man. You've got that shit like memorized.
Like I said, my grandpa had one growing up, and I think my parents actually inherited it. So,
sad day. I feel for them.
Yeah, this Valaverse Kickstarter. This is the second time they've tried this. Pretty cool, actually. I'm really actually thinking about kind of backing it. This is the stuff that I like Kickstarter starters with. And kind of taking advantage of this guy. I think I did a little bit more of a background before, but he used to do work with Hasbro. Had a falling out. Now he's doing Valaverse is the company. They're doing an Action Force line, which is very similar to G.I. Joe. I believe it was an old license that he obtained. But if you pledge $30 or more, you select any one unlocked of the Action Force figure with accessories and display stand. If you pledge 58 or more, you get 2 of them. And then 86 or more, you get 3 of them. And then
damn, $86 and 3 figures?
4. Yeah.
Damn, that's not bad.
So on up. But it looks like it's doing a lot better. The last time, I cannot remember for the life of me what he was trying to pledge or what he was trying to reach for the goal, but they didn't reach it. He had a really kind of long post about it on Facebook talking about how kind of humbling it was, and he learned a lot from it. But this one's about 70%, 75% backed. It's 75,000 of 99,000 is the goal.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's pretty close. Like I said, I'm thinking about it.
That's not bad, dude. Like,
right. And when he hits tiers, like he's probably going to go over that 99,000. I think you unlock other figures and other things like that. So, there's like add-ons, like weapon packs, things like that. Looks pretty cool actually. Pretty exciting. I'm thinking about doing it just to back it, just to back it, and then also just to kind of see what to offer. I know apparently this guy is actually really talented. He did really good work with Hasbro, so I'm kind of thinking about it.
So what size are these? Are these 6-inch,
Oh,
7-inch,
sorry.
12?
Yeah, they're 1/12 scale.
Oh, okay. That's not
16.
bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's you kind of get a lot for the amount that you back, dude. Like 4 figures and what, 80 bucks for $80, like that's a lot. Or that's like a pretty badass deal. Like so like um with these figures, do they the like the one like if you back $80 and you get 4 figures, what do they come with the accessories that, like do they come with anything extra, or is it just the figure itself?
They'll come with like their guns
They're
and things like that.
mm-hmm.
I don't think that I think there's a whole like separate accessory pack of just like different guns, but I don't know exactly what like they'll come with other head sculpts. I think most of them do come with multiple head sculpts.
Mm-hmm.
Different hands, some of them come with two. I think almost all of them come with two guns. Um and yeah, it looks like almost all of them have at least two heads. At least two heads, at least two guns, and then about five interchangeable hands. So,
Wow. That's a hell of a deal, dude.
yeah. Yeah, pretty exciting. Kind of cool. I like this kind of stuff. Trying to get starts like I always talk about beasts of the Mesozoic.
Mm-hmm.
This was another guy who actually was upset about the lack of um this was a couple years back. He was sick of inaccurate dinosaur representations
Okay.
in toy form, and also the lack of choices. He said something like how he doesn't understand why there's so little collector dinosaur figures because it's not an expensive. There is no license with it. You can't claim dinosaurs as a license,
Yeah.
and so I remember him saying something about that, and that Kickstarter did really well, and now you can find them all over a lot of the Raptor figures all over Big Bad Toy Store and things like that.
Yeah.
They're about $45 or so, but yeah, really cool. He's constantly diving into deeper ones, and I think he's slowly building up to where you can go bigger and bigger, and then someday cover like the T-Rexes and things like that. So
Now, cover them in a sense of like making them look how they looked realistically, or
yeah,
you
I'm
know,
I'm saying like I think he's building up to where he can cover the costs of making a like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like something bigger because he's just been doing raptors and other smaller
yeah.
dinosaurs. So I think he's building up to that, and he's just starting off with the raptors because there's so many different repaints that you can do with them. But yeah, he put like feathers on them on the raptors. It looks like they have kind of wings, like a feather tail.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that why you shared that link about the dinosaurs not looking like dinosaurs?
No, I just shared that. That was about the Tyrannosaurus Rex because they had an actual picture of what the T Rex looked like. Like they're starting to figure out kind of what he looked like exactly, and I thought it was really funny that he had a feather mohawk.
Shared especially specifically to Zach, so that way he
Yeah.
could. That's funny. But no, that's pretty cool, man. Like I will say, $80 for all that is insane. Like that's a hell of a Kickstarter compared to you know the good old what's it the Transformer that was going on for a good minute.
Yeah. They're kind of self-made Kickstarter.
Yeah, these motherfuckers, cheap asses. So what do you got on this Super 7 stuff, man? Because I don't know much about these guys.
This is just an update, kind of a quick thing I threw on there because I know Super Seven's been exciting a lot of people recently. I think what was the line that they was it the Ninja Turtles that we covered that day? Oh no, it was I'm brain farting so bad.
You're good, man. The Super 7 was who was that? Was that I believe that was Mesco that
No,
animated Super Ninja Turtles.
yeah, it was, but it was I can like Lionel.
Oh, okay. They're the ones that did that.
Yeah, what's that show called?
You mean
Brain.
Thundercats?
Yes, they're doing the Thundercats line. I brain farted so bad, sorry. But they're doing two figures from the movie They Live. It's
Okay.
that John Carpenter 1963 movie. I haven't seen this for a long time, but I know NECA did some They Live figures. I think clothed version,
Okay.
soft goods version. But these look like they're like the cheaper 5-point articulation versions. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, pretty interesting. I just know people are getting excited about Super 7. They're kind of making waves, so just wanted to mention them. But we can move on to Hasbro. Hasbro hits if you want.
Well, I mean, unless you had some more to talk about these zombified human beings. Because I remember seeing, the movie, but like you said, it's been forever since I've seen this movie, so it didn't really dawn on me what the hell these were, but right on. So yeah, Hasbro hits. So Hasbro has a new Black Series wave coming out. It involves some Knights of Ren and what's her name from Rise of the Skywalker? You told me what her name was, and I don't remember her name. The other figure, Velas. Was that what her name? You sent me the name, man. I'm asking you. Need some assistance here.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to remember myself.
Oh, Zori Bliss.
Yes, that's what.
I don't know anything about her or Knights of Ren, obviously, since I am not a mind reader or can read the future. So I don't know what is going on with these two figures. But Black Series is releasing, or Hasbro, I should say, is releasing some Knights of Ren Black Series figures. As of right now, this is the only one that they've shown off. So yeah, that's kind of cool. There is, I don't know if anyone or if you, Dylan, I think you do. You follow the Star Wars Theory on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't. I haven't been like watching it regularly, but yeah, I know
Oh,
of
me
him
neither. Me
and
neither.
I used to watch him religiously.
Yeah, I haven't watched him lately, but I do recall seeing he did post a video talking about Knights of Ren and how there was, I believe it's a comic book. There's a comic book being made right now with or about the Knights of Ren. And it kind of goes back to when they were actually using lightsabers instead of these like garage
Mm.
weapons that they've been given. But yeah, I haven't watched the video yet, so I don't know much about it. But that was mentioned that in the comic book it shows them using lightsabers, but why they're using garden tools now, I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see why. But yeah, that was kind of cool. So be on the lookout for these guys. I believe these actually don't start going out till next spring as well. It seems like everything that we're talking about today is not being released till spring of next year. So yeah, that's nice. Um, Next is the vintage Mandalorian, the 3/4 scale. Um, as you know, it's just like the old other vintage Star Wars figures. I'm personally not a big fan of the 3 3/4 figures. They're too small for my liking. I don't like anything below 6 7 inches.
Yeah.
That's what she said. But I will say I don't really
Mhm.
care for this, to be honest. Like
I think
I don't.
yeah. I'm not big into 375 either, but this looks good for the scale. Looks
I
really
mean,
good.
yeah, it's nice. I mean, honestly, how could you really fuck this up?
Well, I
Like
mean, I mean the scale, and sometimes the joints can look really wonky with 375 figures.
yeah, like
Some things just don't scale down very well.
yeah, like the Ray, the Ray
Yeah.
and Leia. Those things look Ray, Leia, and Han to be exact. Like those figures look funky as hell, dude. So bad. Like I don't know, dude. Just paying money for something so tiny just doesn't really spike my interest. Simply because one, like, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? And two, what am I gonna do with it? So, not in my interest. So Walgreens apparently has some Transformers exclusives, a Shockwave and a Ratchet. And apparently, from what I've heard or what I've read, that these guys are online only. Walgreens their customer service sucks when it comes to wanting to buy these guys. They will not hold them for you, whatever. I don't know what's going on with that, but from what I read, Walgreens has been pretty crappy when it comes to scoring these figures. But these guys are online only, and they're $20 a piece. They have that really vintage kind of or retro kind of look. Um, there was another one I saw. I don't remember what it was, but I will say Shockwave he turns into what he normally does. It just the plane that they have him turn into just looks so funky. Like I've never been a fan of it, but there are those older kind of collectors that have kind of lived for this stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're into it, by all means, they are 6 inches, I believe, with 10 points of articulation. Um, yeah, that's really all I got on these guys. I mean, I know you're not a Transformers fan, but $20, dude. You got a Christmas gifts you want to give out to people?
Yeah, I don't gotta ask Seth what he thinks of these. I know he's big into the Transformers, but
Mm.
were you ever huge in the Transformers?
Just Beast Wars, dude. The only one I remember
Mm.
having, I will say the one that I loved the most was, and I remember which, I don't know if I think it was Megatron that would turn into like that purple dragon thing.
Mm.
I don't remember if that was Megatron or not, but that was the one that I had, and I love that thing so much. I don't even know what happened to it, but I've been looking at it on eBay, and they go for like $100. Now, everybody knows my commitment level when it comes to spending that much money on a toy or a figure. So I
Yeah.
don't know. That's one of those things. It's like, if I sporadically buy it, then that'll be the time that I buy it. But otherwise, no. Like, if I literally have nothing else to spend my money on, then probably. But even then, that's a very tight squeeze into my
Mm.
commitment level. So, but no, I thought these were pretty cool to kind of talk up, kind of briefly discuss. Especially with it being Walgreens. Um, Kind of odd, to be honest. I know Walgreens had their exclusive Funko Pops, the Grievous and whatnot, but having a exclusive Transformer is by all means as weird as Hasbro buying a record label, but whatever. Um, Next, we're going to talk about Attack of the Clones, Anakin and Obi-Wan Black
Yeah,
Series.
I think this is part of that same wave as the
Yeah,
two
like Knights of Ren.
yeah, the Rise of Skywalker one, but yeah, I was watching or listening to Foosh, and he was saying that he thinks these are the same bodies as the episode 1 versions, just different heads, different face printing.
Mm-hmm.
Um so I'm not exactly sure how the other ones were received. He didn't seem too excited about the hip joints of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't think they look terrible for
They
$20 six
they don't.
figures. I think they look fine, but so those will be coming out here soon, I believe.
Spring, my man.
Yeah.
But no, I agree, dude. Like for some reason, Obi-Wan's just captivating, dude. Like something about him. I love his robe. Like it looks really nice on him. Anakin, I can never fall in love with that color rendition. It just looks like mud. But I will say the face sculpts on these guys do look really nice. I
Yeah.
don't know, dude. Anakin's face sculpt, they probably just gave him a more aggressive look than what they had before, and Obi-Wan just has the long hair, the Jesus look, really, like he did in the movie. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know, something about Obi-Wan just really is captivating. Like I really like how he looks. Will I buy him? No, obviously. I only collect the Sith and the bad guys to be exact. But he does look nice. It would be a nice addition to anybody's collection. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that kind of runs through everything we had. Um, not a very a lot going on this week, unfortunately. Definitely tried to make the best of what we had. I will say the one thing that got me really kind of pumped up was definitely the Ultimate Pennywise, man. Like the Ultimate Pennywise looks really nice. The other thing that got me real stoked, like I'm very excited for tomorrow to see what Mezco releases, is the Crow. very excited to see how that guy turns out. I'm not really sure what you could change to him to kind of, give them their little Living Dead thing, but I am excited for that. That would be very, very cool to see. So keep your eyes open for that. That's all I got. You got any shout outs you want to give out, Dylan, man?
Shout out to my girlfriend who's sleeping on the couch right now to allow me to do this in my room.
I need to buy you a laptop, man.
I got a laptop, yo.
I need to buy you something to not be stuck in the room.
I'm working on an iPad Pro, I think is what I'm trying to get to. I'm gonna start trying to save up and get one of them.
Could you just use like any fucking iPad?
Yeah, but I want an iPad.
Oh. All right, man.
Let me live my life.
I got you, dog. Dang. Don't come at me like that.
But yeah, and as always, shout out to all the guys at Collecting Weekly. Dean, Zach, Manny, Seth, Rainer.
You forgot one.
Whomst.
Wait, did you say Manny?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you say that so fast I didn't even hear Manny's name?
Jeez. Unreal.
Look, dog. I don't need this shit right now.
What about you? What do you got for shout outs?
I definitely would give a shout out to Matt at Poison Harley Customs. He got his new printer in, his resin printer, so he's able to do he's able to do more stuff. He's able to print more things, and what he prints, dude, is he's kind of like Mesco and NECA, where he makes things that nobody else really makes. So if you're ever interested in buying a shore trooper, well, not a shore trooper, but like a trooper that you don't really see any of the big guys like Hot Toys or Sideshow, any of those guys make, he definitely kind of goes out of his ways and makes things of that sort. He's always got guns, trooper guns, or trooper armor, or anything you can think of really trooper. He's always got made. I've purchased some Sith Stalker armor from what's his name, Starkiller. I've got some armor of him from Matt. I just received some Spawn stuff, head sculpt, and some other pieces from Matt. So he definitely prints out some pretty cool things. If you definitely need some cool stuff, definitely hit him up. Poison Harley Customs on Instagram and Facebook. He's a very nice guy. If you're in Auxiliary, he's in Auxiliary all the time sharing what he prints. So if you ever need anything, give him a shout out, hit him up, because his prices are very, very reasonable. He's a very nice guy, so I definitely recommend him to anybody who's looking for something. Always a shout out to Six Scale Scavengers, Brian, Chris, and TC. Those guys are always going out of their way with their content, and it's a fun show, man. They're a blast to watch. I haven't spoken to any of them personally, but just watching from the show, they're very cool guys, very down to earth. Also, Pete and Ian at Only Fools and Collecting, they talk about 1/6 scale, other things that we don't cover over here at Smalltalk, and also what Collecting Weekly doesn't cover. Overall, they're hilarious dudes. Ian's hilarious. I love having chats with him. Very, very talented. Ian he does paints, face sculpt paints, customs over at Dark Side Customs. So if you need, over in England, obviously, or the UK, I'm sorry, but he definitely does some really cool things over there. So if you guys need some face sculpt paints or whatever, he does a fantastic job. So be sure to go give him a like over at Dark Side Customs on Facebook and also on the Instagram. He's also, if you guys are in Auxiliary, he always posts his stuff in there as well. So definitely give him a shout out if you need any of that stuff done. He does an amazing job. Also, this is mine and Dylan's 10th episode. This is a milestone for us. Very excited to be moving forward. We got a lot to offer. Also, I will say Zachary de Oyos is supposed to be giving us some audio stuff on what is it on if I remember the name, Mythic Legions. Sorry, butchered that. He's given us some updates on Mythic Legions because me and Dylan do not collect them. We do not know much about them. So why not get some insight from the guy who knows them best? And that would be Zachary de Oyos. So be on the lookout for that. I will be adding that to the episode. But yeah, that's about all I have to call out. Is that it for you, Dylan, man?
That is it for me, Damien, man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Smalltalk. We appreciate it. Looks like we don't have to do the giveaway, dude, because it doesn't seem like anyone really wanted the shirt. So I guess that makes it easier for us, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck it, Dylan. I'll just send you we'll wear the shirts, man. Fuck it.
That works.
All right, man. I'm gonna end this so I can get to editing. That'll be it for me.
All right, I need to get to bed. I'm about to die.
All right, man. Peace out, dog.
Later, data. Or something.
Yeah, that went nowhere.